Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. If you're finding this on YouTube or on my social media, if you're finding it on my social media. For those of you that don't know me, I am an intuitive healer, so I'm a channel for energy healing. I'm also a channel for the angels and my other guides as well. This morning I was guided to pull a card out of a new pack of our oracle cards that I was really drawn to. So these are the Dragon Wisdom cards, if you can see them there. And they're by Christine Arana-Fada. So yeah, I was really drawn to these. I love dragons. I love the dragon energy. I have a dragon that works with me when I'm doing healing work, along with my other guides. And I have another dragon that's been with me for a very long time, who supports me in other ways. So this morning, the card that I pulled out of the pack was this one, which is Courage. And so I just tuned into the card this morning. I didn't ask for anybody specific to step forward to help me, but I just tuned into the card this morning and asked for the message that was for me and for anyone else that it's appropriate for today. And I channeled that message. My channelings are done as automatic writing. So I tend to sit down and just let the message come out and write it all down or type it up on my computer, whichever I've got handy at the time. So I'm going to read you the message that I received in relation to this card that I drew this morning. This card relates to the courage that is needed to allow those who no longer resonate with your frequency to move away with love. Allowing them to follow their own path is key to their journey. It is also a reminder that being moved out of our comfort zone takes courage, but allows great growth on many different levels. Sometimes being taken out of our comfort zone is for us to experience new experiences. Sometimes it is to revisit past experiences with fresh eyes. It may also be having the courage to be truthful with ourselves and acknowledging that we've been triggered, and so going inward to address and heal the issues that have been brought to our attention. Great courage is needed as we navigate this intense time we are currently experiencing, but know that you are exactly where you need to be and are meant to be. All roads lead us back to our true essence, that of being a spiritual being having a human experience, awakening once more to the understanding that we are enlightened beings, opening up to love and compassion, knowing that when we stand in love rather than fear, everything is possible. As we awaken to our true nature, we open ourselves up to all possibilities in all experiences, for love is the key to everything. So I felt this was quite poignant, really. We are going through a really intense time at the moment, and if you have looked at my solar flares video, you will understand that we've been having solar flares coming in that are affecting us, that are really bringing things up to the surface for us to go inward and look at, acknowledge, heal on whatever level we're ready to heal on. And remember that, you know, sometimes things are brought to our attention more than once, and if we haven't actually dealt with that issue, we can be really triggered by it, and it's because we need to really go inward to resolve what it is, to acknowledge it, to heal it, to let it go, to offer forgiveness to ourselves and to others, so that we're not holding on to those low vibration negative energies of things like anger, jealousy, resentment, frustration. It takes courage to go inward. It really does. It's very easy, isn't it, to point the finger of blame. And if you're interested in looking at sort of moving from the ego-led levels of consciousness into the heart-led levels of consciousness, you will find a blog on my website, Peaceful Living, which is www.peaceful-living.co.uk. On the blog there, I will put the link in under this video for you. that explains the different levels of consciousness and how we are moving from victimhood to then taking responsibility, to then moving into flow, and then becoming aware of unity. And moving into unity consciousness. And that is what moving from the 3D materialistic world into the 5D heart-centered, heart-led, soul-led world is really all about. It's about moving away from victimhood into an understanding of being in flow, and then of how we are all connected. So as this card was reminding us, we can be taken out of our comfort zones for various different reasons. So it may be that it's because we need to experience something new, and it's a bit scary to actually do that. Maybe it's to revisit past experiences with fresh eyes. And it may also be about being truthful with ourselves and saying, you know what, I was really triggered by that. Why was I triggered? What is it that's caused that to happen? Why am I angry at that person? Why do I feel frustrated with that person? What is that scenario that I've just watched on television? Why is that bringing up emotions in me? What is it that it's triggering in me? It's really important for us to go inward and ask ourselves these questions, so that we can then work on actually releasing those energies, those emotions that have been stuck inside us, that we've pushed down, instead of allowing to surface and come up to the surface, so that we can release them. And of course, you know, we want to be releasing our emotions in a constructive way, but that doesn't mean to say that we can't feel those emotions. It's important for us to feel those emotions because they give us an understanding of things that we need to address, of things that we need to look at. And of course, it's not always negative emotions that we experience. It's important to understand as well that when we're experiencing joy, excitement, all those sorts of things, that's bringing things to our attention that we really love, that we like. And this is where it helps us to move into flow, to see what it is that we're meant to be doing. As I've mentioned earlier in this video, I have done a video on the solar flares. We are going through a very intense time at the moment, as we move through the ascension process, as we really start to open up to the understanding that we are spiritual beings, first and foremost, who are having a human experience. And we're not expected to be perfect, far from it, but we need to be very much more self-aware, looking at ourselves first. You know, healing always starts with ourselves. We need to look at ourselves first and not project out onto other people. So taking that time to go inward, looking at the ways that are good ways for us as individuals to heal, and actually doing that. So it might be that you need to spend time out in nature. It might be that you're a tree hugger like me and you like to go and sit against a tree, or put your arms around a tree and just let the energies clear and flow. It might be that you realise that you need some life coaching, or you need to go for some acupuncture or some healing of some sort, or perhaps reflexology. It doesn't matter what it is. What's important is that we go inward first of all. We acknowledge there's an issue. We acknowledge to ourselves what the issue is. We may want to use meditation to help us to do that. And then we do something about it. We take action, whether that's through specific healing modality, or whether that's through listening to guidance coming from our guides, and our higher self, or whether that is actually looking at what is it I need to change. What do I need to put into place that is going to create change for the better, for the highest good of not only myself but everyone else around me? And I think the last part of this message was probably the most important part of the message, because it reminds us that, you know, we are being led back to our true essence, even if we are doing it kicking and screaming on the way, if we're resisting. You know, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are waking up once more and coming to that understanding that we are enlightened beings. And I am very much of the opinion, and this is my personal opinion, that we all know on some level that we are enlightened. It's just that we've forgotten that. And so what's happening at the moment as we move through this intense time with the energies is that we're being opened up again to love and compassion. Our heart centers are really being opened up. We're being guided to look at things from a place of love and compassion, and encouraged to stand in a place of love rather than fear, so that we can see all the possibilities that are open to us in all the experiences that we have. We're being reminded that love is key to everything. That's not to say we're going to be perfect, you know, and I'm certainly not perfect. I have my moments, just like anybody else. When I get frustrated or angry, or things aren't, you know, going quite to plan, and it's important then to just take that moment, to step back, to feel into it, to look at yourself first of all and say, what is it? What is it that I need to address? Why am I being triggered? How can I take this forward in a positive way? What do I need to learn from it? And when we're willing to do that, then we start to see things from a different perspective. We can reframe things and we can move ourselves back into flow easily. So I think the key takeaways from this message is that, you know, we have guides around us who are willing to support us and are there and holding us in love, that we are truly loved, that we are able to love, and that we are able to move into this heart-centered way of being where we look from that higher perspective of love and compassion at every experience. That's not to say that you'll condone what's necessarily happening, but you'll come to an understanding that that person is where they're at in that moment. And that's okay, because that's part of our journey. So enjoy the rest of your day. If you've enjoyed listening to this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and subscribe to my social media as well. Have a wonderful week.